Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 on PS5. Tonight it's round 5 of Season 3. We're heading to Miami for the American Grand Prix. And we are approaching this Grand Prix with a new option. Patch 1.9 went live today, and it's brought a nice little change, which we're going to experiment with tonight and see just how much of a difference it makes. That change is difficulty. We now have the option to play easy, standard, or hard. So, we're going to do that for both car development, and we're also going to do it for race pace as well. So, let's apply those settings straight away. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Apply settings. There we go. Oh, it's done automatically. Yeah, it hasn't changed. There we go. Apply settings. Done. Right. Yeah, things are about to get a bit tougher. We hope. So I'll go through the pull patch notes once we get practice underway. But yes, patch 1.9 has brought in quite a few nice little changes, including difficulty options in the game, so that's kind of cool. I wasn't expecting that to pop quite so early, so kudos to Frontier for pushing that one forward. Let's see how much of a difference it actually makes, because I think it was we were well outperforming the car in the last race. I mean, our car on paper is okay, but it wasn't amazing. And yet we were still able to get really strong results in the last race. So hopefully this will make it a little bit more balanced, I think. It could also make it a lot harder for us to get out into Q3. We shall see how things go. Right, we have 4 days to go until the Grand Prix. We should have new rear wing for tonight's Grand Prix. Let's have a look at car parts. I've got one so far. We've got 2 chassis as well. We're designing that new suspension. So you can see we've got the chassis going through, we've got the underfloor going through, the new rear wings going through. They'll be complete and ready. So we'll have spares by Miami. And then we've also got side pods going through, and those will, with the underfloor and the chassis, will be going on the car possibly tonight. Or at least the chassis might go on tonight, but more likely than not, we will probably hold those back until Imola and see how we do. So let's just advance time a little bit more. Our car part test centre refurb is now done. Let's take a look at our other facilities. We've still got, how much? 2.7 mil. So we could go ahead and refurb one of these. And I'm thinking the wind tunnel, because that looks to be the one that is the most worn out. Can we afford that, actually? Let's have a look. No, we can't. It's 3.2. So the CFD is 3.9. Oof. And the factory is 4.2. Okay, so we can't afford any of those. Can we afford the race sim upgrade though? That's a straight 2 mil to get that refurb underway, and it's going to cost us 8 mil to upgrade. That actually seems to have come down a little bit. Actually, that one used to be 8.4 for a full final level upgrade. So I wonder if they've tweaked the pricing of some of these upgrades. Let me have a quick look at some of these other ones. So the design center, that's still 18 for the next one. That's 17, 15. I think those are still the same. 17, 12, 14 and a half. I think a couple of these might have been tweaked. Let's take a look. Upgrade 1.173. That seems a slightly different number than before. I wonder if these are also slightly different because of the fact that we have a facility that needs to be refurbished as part of the process. Maybe I'm just reading too much into that. Right. let's go ahead and get the race sim upgraded. Or refurbed. There we go. So we can get that back to full strength. That still leaves us with 700k, plus the money we'll get from Miami. Could be useful. And there we go. Right, manufacturing of the new rear wing is complete. So let's get that fitted on the car. We've got 3 of those. So we have got 1 spare now. I'm going to go ahead and make 1 more. There we go. Chassis. Hopefully our drivers will be careful. We'll go ahead and throw that on the car as well. Side pods, I've only got the 1, so we'll hold that back for Imola. Underfloors, they're on the car. What else are we working on? We've got standard rear wings still. We've got 1 of the new suspensions. I'm going to take that off, because we've got no spares at all for that. I just feel a little uncomfortable going in without a spare, even though we've just done that with the chassis. Yeah, I think it'd be better. So we'll not take that risk with that, I think. How you doing, John? How you doing, Baron? How you doing, Daniel? Good to see you guys. Right, let's advance that 1 final bit. We've got to do our objectives for tonight. Let's have a quick look, actually, see what those new parts have done for the car. And not as much as I was hoping. We are still lagging in terms of downforce quite dramatically. Speed's improved a little bit, DRS has improved a little bit, but yeah, still not looking good on the old downforce settings there. Alright, given that we're now playing with this new higher difficulty mode, I am going to be definitely conservative with our predictions tonight, because I have no idea how much of a difference this is going to have. So we'll get both cars into Q2. That I'm pretty confident about. So we'll just go 2 in the top 14. There we go. I'm not going to tick the Q3 box because might not make it. Fastest lap, okay. Finish position. Let's try and get 2 in the top 10. I think we've got good strategy, but again, the AI is going to be improved in race pace and strategy now as well. So this might still be a bit of a stretch, 2 in the top 10, depending on how much they've ratcheted up the difficulty with the hard mode setting. And then our streaks are as they are. So let's head to Miami.
Once again, we touch down in Miami as F1 returns to the Magic City. Miami Gardens is transformed into the Miami International Autodrome, built here especially for the Grand Prix. It's a thrilling street circuit where one wrong move can end in disaster, but for those who can conquer its literal ups and downs, victory is all the sweeter. Spectacle is the name of the game here in Miami, with a stadium at the heart of this track. With long straights and S-bends, not unlike Suzuka's Sector 1, proper ERS management is sure to give drivers an edge towards victory. Exciting weekend ahead at Red Bull, with a brand new driver on board of their car. So, let the weekend begin.
Okay, I'm just finding the latest news. Here we go, that's what I'm looking for. Right, let's start off getting the cars on the track first, and then we'll go through the new updates and everything that it entails. So we're going to start, let's see, gearbox needs to be replaced here. There we go. Still on the original parts there. Alright, Norris's car, we're going to go with a 7.5, 13.5, a 3.7, a 3.5, and a 0.35. There we go. And we're going to go 17 laps at Miami. Drop the pace settings there, and this car is good to go. Let me just check the weather actually. Yeah, weather's going to be fine. And for Ocon, we'll go, let's see, 6.5, 13.5, a 5.5, a 3.3, and a 0. There we go. Again, 17 laps of fuel. Drop the pace settings, and let's send them out to the track.
Ready, check.
All right, so first off, let's go with the new race difficulty. So, the following is what's on the website about the AI difficulty updates that we've just switched on. The race AI difficulty allows you to choose one of the following 3 presets. Each option will adjust the way AI approaches their use of driver commands and race management options available to them. This will affect race difficulty across sprint and race sessions, but not practice and qualifying. So, easy. Unsurprisingly, this is the easiest option. Other teams will be conservative and display minimal aggression in races. This option is ideal for new players. Standard. This is what we've been on, effectively. Other teams will use a range of strategic and tactical approaches, making races a challenge. This is the recommended F1 Manager experience. And then hard, which we've just switched on. Other teams will be highly intelligent and aggressively efficient with their strategies and tactics, a demanding experience. There is also a difficulty slider for car development, which we've switched on tonight as well. So car development AI difficulty options have also been introduced to offer you more variance to your gameplay experience away from the racing action. There are 3 options here that will affect the way the AI develop their cars, which will ultimately allow how much of a challenge they pose over the course of a season.
There is debris down the main straight.
Flag. Both of our cars are running, so I'm assuming it's not us. Back to this. Easy. It will be easy to develop the car at a competitive rate against other teams, ideal for new players. Standard. Consistent car development projects will be required to develop your car at a competitive rate against other teams, the recommended F1 experience. And then hard, an in-depth approach to car development projects will be required to develop your car at a competitive rate against other teams. These options should add up to make your experience of F1 Manager 23 more flexible, giving you more opportunities to build a worthy legacy across many seasons, or provide you with more memorable action on race days. Already really looking forward to these settings, and I'm hoping that we're going to see an improvement tonight. Ooh, that is not a good setup for Esteban Ocon, but it's a very good setup for Lando. So, mixed bag so far. Right, let's now also take a look at the patch notes for patch 1.9, because obviously there's a lot more to it than just that. So, let's pull up the patch notes now.
Standby.
There we go. We'll get the cars in, we'll make the changes, and then send them back out, and then we'll go through the patch notes. So I just need a one-toe click here, and I'm going to go that way. Oh, did I just go 2? I did, yeah. There we go. And let's have a look at Ocon. Oh, big changes needed here. Very big changes. Okay. I'm going to need a 13 on this one. I'm going to go really extremely different on this one. I'm going to go with a 1.9. I'm going to go with an 8.5, a 13, a 1.9, a 3.45, and a 0.65. That's a bit too much. Let me pull that back to a 3.4. 8.5, 13, 19, 3.4. That's still quite extreme, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, let's give that a go. Alright, so update 1.9 is now out on all platforms. Brings further fixes and improvements based on the community feedback, as well as adding new career difficulty modes for both race sim and car development AI. So, game stability, they've optimized memory usage during cinematics. Intel GPUs for PC players will activate driver development now. Default DX11 for improved stability. Means nothing to me. Game difficulty has obviously been optioned, added in. Race sim changes. They've added penalty investigations and also added investigation no penalty given outcome for incidents not warranting a time penalty. So I have actually seen this in action because I did hit one of my career saves earlier today just to try it out and see if that would come up. It doesn't come up with an under investigation banner. It's just when there's an incident, there's a pause, and then you'll either get a no investigation needed pop up after a moment, or you'll get a delay and then a penalty will be applied to a driver. So it's not instant like that. It's now a little delay and then a penalty gets applied. It just adds a little bit more realism. I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. I've yet to see the no penalty given outcome show up as a visual thing. But yeah, that'd be interesting to see that. Big improvement there for Ocon. It was a bit too extreme. We have got some changes to make still, but that's looking good. Race weekend changes enabled AI to fit new car parts between races rather than only on race day, resulting in more informative car comparison data. Now, this is something that I've noticed. Whenever I want to do a car comparison check, I always wait till the day of the Grand Prix before we launch into that race weekend, because the AI has been putting on their new parts on that day. I've noticed that. So that's going to be a bit more interesting now. I'm still going to just wait until the final day, but for a proper comparison. But we can now see cars start to throw developments on a little bit earlier, which could be interesting. Updated recommended strategies for Jeddah. This I have seen. They have brought the tyre strategies more in line with what we actually do. So the medium to soft and the soft to medium single stop runs are now two of the default settings for strategies at Jeddah. Adjusted start times for practice 2 on sprint weekends. Fixed audio reactions to a constructor title win not triggering when won during a sprint. Fixed audio reactions to dominant constructor title win referring to a close title win when won during the sprint. Updated the Singapore Grand Prix lap total down from 63 to 62 laps, so that's only on a new save. Fixed Alonso sprint win, triggering a Grand Prix win commentary line. Fixed grid lights staying on after the race start. Updated the medium speed sections on Marina Bay circuit map. Updated DRS zones on the Mexico City map, the Red Bull Ring and the Suzuka circuit maps. And updated circuit speed on the Barcelona circuit map. So that'll be these maps here. They'll have updated those for those circuits. In terms of presentation changes, fixed main driver name appearing in replays instead of a reserve driver when used in practice. Fixed sponsor obligation targets not displaying when progressing to screen using the R2 button. Fixed recent history screen in board profile showing current drivers for previous seasons. Fixed race moment briefly, incorrectly displaying as on target in data view. Fixed go-to link not working when multiple fanfares are triggered simultaneously. Fixed the play/stop team intro button not working. This is something I've noticed since the last patch as well. When you're trying to set up a new career and you get that little description of each team, that wasn't toggleable. It got disabled somehow, so that's been fixed. And that has, I've checked that as well, that does work. Fixed starting grid positions not displaying on race preparation screen. Fixed DRS disabled message not appearing instead of DRS enabled after loading a mid-session save. Inbox, email inbox, fixed rival team principal email stating signed driver is with us for now on January 1st after driver is signed on December the 31st. Not seen that one yet. Fixed rival team principal stating it could be going better in monthly F1 updates when they're in first place. Fixed repetition of chassis in email when rushed car part project is delayed. Stop the skip sponsorship obligation email dilemma being sent after the final race of the season. In terms of animation, they have finally fixed the lighting in garage scenes during night races. So all those times I've been joking that we haven't paid the power bill, which is why we're always in darkness at places like Singapore, that's now been fixed. Apparently. We'll see when we get to Singapore, I suppose. Fixed mechanic clipping through a chair in the garage. Fixed bottle clipping and shaping in the Monaco podium scenes. Adjusted cameras used for the Bahrain intro cinematic. Fixed a camera view being obscured by set on post-race reaction cinematics. So there we go. A big list of changes, and they have said that they are still working on new updates as well, so that's encouraging to hear. This doesn't appear to be a final update for the game. Really pleased to see that as well. So yeah, lots and lots of changes. And how is this new difficulty going to affect us? We shall see when we get to quali. How you doing, Squiggly? Okay, I went the wrong way on Norris's car, so let's go the other way instead. There we go. Let's push that up a touch. Pull that a bit more. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with that. See if that is enough. Let's see, how many laps do I want to do? It's normally 17, so we're going to go 25. Drop the pace down and go. 25. Drop down the pace and send them out. So, the next question that needs to be asked is, do we carry on with our McLaren file, or do we start over? Now that all of these new options have been brought in, and there's a couple of things that have been patched in that do require a new save, do we start from scratch? I'm going to throw up a poll on the community tab, and I'm going to leave it up for a week. So we're going to continue as though nothing has changed during this week's streams, and then we'll take a look at the end of the week and make a decision as to whether or not we want to continue. So we'll be able to see how the new difficulty is affecting our car performance over the next few races, and then we can potentially just start from scratch with a low down team, something like Alfa Romeo or Alfa Tauri, and just go through from the beginning and run the whole career on these new higher difficulty settings. So like I said, I'll throw up a poll after tonight's race, and we'll leave it up until next Monday, and then we'll take it from there. There we go, we've got confirmation of Norris now having the full 100% setup. We're at 97 now for Ocon, so we need to make another little tweak. But we are getting very, very close now with Ocon. Okay, there we go. Drivers are in. 74, 75% track knowledge. That's perfect. That's what I was looking for in this session. What do I need to change? It is the front wing angle, and I don't want to go as high as 9 because I've never had to go that high before. So I'm going to drop that down to an 8. And then we'll just counter correct that with a change of camber to 3.5. Just tweak the toe. Let's try that in the next session. The toe might have been an unnecessary change, but assuming that we've done this right, we'll find out next session. And that'll be an easy fix. Session, hurry up and finish so we can move on to practice 3. There we go. Wow, Giovinassi's up in 4th. We are going to do a little bit of spying once we've done session 3 as well. We're going to check the data view and see if anyone's upgraded to a new engine part. And speaking of engines, I forgot to check who's using which power suppliers, so we'll have to check that when we get back to the garage. Sorry, when we finish the Grand Prix and we get back to the main homepage. So we're going to go with 22 laps of fuel for this session. I think that should be enough. We've already made the changes for Ocon's car. Don't need to make any changes for Lando. A little bit more fuel, change those pace settings, check that the car parts will make it through. Yes, they will. And let's send them out for one final practice session.
Track should be green.
All right, there we go. Time to see if we can get Ocon up to 100% with those little changes that we made. And Squiggly, I feel like I have failed the Kenobi test. Apologies there. I just realised you said hello twice, and the second one was hello there, to which, of course, I should have replied, "Ah, General Kenobi." My apologies.
How's the balance? How's the balance?
Right, it's optimal. That's an encouraging sign. And it's straight 100. Perfect. So we just need the track knowledge now. Car part knowledge is definitely lagging a little bit, but that's understandable because we've got new parts on the car. So we won't be going in with a full 100% confidence into this race, but it won't be too far off. Should still be in the high 90s, I would imagine. And that'll do. We'll call them in. Evening, Victor. How you doing? And let's see, 92% for Lando. It'll be a little higher for Ocon. 93. Yeah, very little. Right, let me check these setups against the book. So we've got 813, 19, 3.5, and a 0.65. That is in the book. That's good. And let's have a look at Lando. 7.5, 13.5, 3.7, 3.5, and a 0.3. I've got a 0.35 in the book, so I'll add that one in as well. There we go. And now we just need to run the clock down, and then we can get to qualifying and try out this new higher difficulty qualifying. Double lap runs are definitely going to be the norm again for us, I think, just to make sure we get the confidence nice and high to get the improvement on the next lap. And also to cover us off if we do have an issue with traffic. Last few minutes of the session. Evening, Mr. Water. Okay. Oh, damn it. I've clicked too quickly. Meant to go to data view. Well, we should still be able to do that, I think.
Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
The Miami International Autodrome has some lovely long straights, but a driver still needs to have total trust in their car setup to get a fast qualifying lap. Turns 14 and 15 in particular are the ones that catch the drivers out in qualifying.
So as we head into this qualifying session, Karun, how do you think Lando's going to be feeling?
You can tell that we've been watching a driver with real confidence here, and it makes a difference, I can tell you from my own experience.
Hold on tight, because we're getting underway.
Alright, so let's go to results. Let's go to practice 3. And I can't go into data view. Can I go into No, I can't. Whoops. Okay. We'll have to do it after Quali 1 then. So at least every car will run at that point. Let's swap out these engine parts. So I don't think running the older engines is going to be a good idea tonight for the race. So we are going to go with new engine parts tonight. We'll keep the old ERS unit. They're still good for a little bit more. Even Farah. And we are going to update the gearbox to the second gearbox. There we go. We're going to go with 2 flying laps as well. As I said, with the new harder difficulty settings in place, I do wonder if we might get knocked out. Let's drop down to the second engine there and second gearbox as well. I think we'll be fine for Q1. I think we might struggle to get out Q2 here tonight. And again, we're going to go 2 laps. So let's send them to the track.
Track should be green now.
Looks like Charles Leclerc is going to be the first one on track. There we go. And if you have just joined us, we do have new career difficulty settings. I've whacked those straight up to hard to see how much of an impact they're going to have. All the patch notes can be found on the Frontier website, the F1 Manager website, and also I recap those all during practice one as well, so you can always rewatch the beginning of the video at a later point for a breakdown of all of those changes. Really am curious to see what kind of impact those changes are going to make. Because we do need harder races. You know, based on where our car sits on paper, in the last couple of races, we have definitely performed way better than we should have done, in theory. And going into this race, our downforce is pretty poor. So this will be a good test to see whether or not our race pace is significantly worse.
Shouldn't be anyone in front that will back you up.
I think it does also mean that we are really going to struggle to have any kind of pace to match the Red Bulls here tonight. Let alone, you know, the Alpines, the Mercedes, and the Ferraris as well could also be quite pacey. And once we get through this qualifying session, we'll take a look at data view to see who's running what in terms of engines, you know, what power level they're at. Are they brand new engines like us? Are they lower, you know, wear rate engines? I think some will still be on the old stuff. There might be 1 or 2 that have gone on to the new ones, but as I say, given where our car currently sits, I do think it prudent for us to run the slightly newer engines, at least in this session. That said, we are out qualifying Leclerc at the moment. Again, we don't know what engine he's running, and we are running a brand new engine in Norris's car, and someone's gone faster than us in the middle sector. Is that Ocon? It is, it's Ocon. We are getting a nice slipstream down these long straights as well, which is also helping us. Right, across the line, and we're only 48 thousandths faster than Leclerc. So, There's definitely going to be an engine difference. Ocon is P3, and he is only 62 thousandths slower than Norris, just 14 thousandths slower than Leclerc. And Perez, Perez hasn't set a time yet, that's why he's showing a 0. Perez is coming up to the line now, I believe. A 1:27.8. That is considerably quicker than Norris. That's nearly half a second quicker than Norris. So, yeah. Of course, the changes don't apply to quali or practice. They only apply to the race. So, quali is going to be unaffected. So we should be safe, actually, with these engines. We should comfortably get through to Q3. But the race could be very, very different indeed.
Wait for traffic. Tires button off.
Right, second flying lap about to begin.
Track clear.
Can we get an improvement from Norris? Let's take a look at his confidence level. It's very high, but not into maximum confidence yet. Same with Ocon. In fact, it's just dipped slightly. Did he have traffic in the first turn? No, he didn't. Improvement for Norris in sector 1, and for Ocon as well. That's good. Magnussen is in P2 right now. Where did that come from? Improvement in sector 2 for both drivers. This should put Norris into peak confidence, but we shouldn't need to run again. And we improve our lap time by about 1.5 tenths, but stay in 5th. What about Ocon? I don't think Ocon improved at all.
7.
No, he didn't. He was a tenth slower. Farah says, didn't expect a difficulty option so soon. No, me neither. I was expecting a change to come, but I didn't think it would come in this patch. I thought it would be maybe next month that we might see difficulty changes. So, like I said, definitely interesting to see just how much of an impact it's going to have on our race, and also with car development as well, because we've toggled on the car development hard difficulty as well. So we're going to have to really be on it with car development now to keep pace with the top teams. All right, let's speed up this session. And we are sitting 9th and 11th. So, yeah, Q1 is looking a little bit... Sorry, Q3 is looking a little bit like a pipe dream at the moment. I think we're good enough to stay out, or stay in. I don't think we need to go again, but it's going to be close with Ocon. And I've just realised Albon is in the drop zone. So this could be a bit of a risk for us. Let's ride on board with him. he starts his flying lap. Don't think... Oh no, that was his flying lap. And he has improved to 9th, but I don't know if there's anyone in the lower section who can improve enough. Maybe Schumacher, actually. He's on his flying lap. Car in front pulls out of the way. That was a Mercedes. Is Schumacher going to push us one bit closer to the drop zone? No. Woo! Okay. What happened to Magnussen? He was really high. Oh, he's in... Oh, of course, Magnussen's in the Aston, isn't he? Not the Haas. That's why I was surprised to see him up there, thinking, how the hell have Haas suddenly jumped up to that kind of pace? Alright, Giovinassi's just about to start a flying lap, I think. So he's timed this really late. Okay, what about Zhou? Zhou's on an in lap. Doohan's on a flying lap. So's De Vries. So's Danny Rick. He's going to be the first of these guys to cross the line. And then he's going to have to find a hell of an improvement to get through. And he finds a second. Okay, that's a little worrying if he can find a whole second. What can Doohan find? No improvement for Doohan. De Vries improves, but he's not quite quick enough. Okay, Giovinazzi, the last one to improve. So we're through. Is Schumacher going to make it through? Oh, wow. Big lap time for Giovinazzi there. So Mick Schumacher is eliminated, and we just about make it through. Even Derek, how are you tonight? Yeah, we do not have the pace. Our lack of downforce is certainly going to hurt us at this track here. Need those other upgrades. Right. Let's go with the used tyres. Again, we're going to go with a 2-lap run, and then we'll have time to go out on fresh tyres at the end of the session. So, Ocon being chased out of the garage by Albon in his former car, which is definitely a quicker car.
You need to learn the gears.
Yeah, go on.
I don't think they've fixed the helmets yet, though. Annoyingly. Let's see. Giovinazzi is using that default one. We don't have the other Haas through, so we can't check that. Magnussen's still using the default. Albon is still using the default. Gasly's got his official helmet because that's his official car. Bottas is the official helmet. Yeah, still seeing the official helmet for, or the the standard default helmet for Ocon. Have I switched to hard? Yes, I have.
And track is clear, track clear.
But hard only affects race in terms of the race AI. It doesn't affect quali or practice. So this is just an unfortunate side effect of where our car currently sits on the grid. You know, with those upgrades missing, more teams having brought upgrades to this Grand Prix, we're still missing a couple. The big ones that we need, you know, that generate the downforce, our downforce settings are, in terms of the grid, poor. They're like 16th and 18th in terms of downforce in that region across low to high and dirty air. So, yeah, we need the new underfloor. And not the new underfloor, sorry. We've already got the underfloor. We need the side pods. They'll add a bit of drag reduction and a bit more downforce. We need the suspension as well. That will also help. So we've got the chassis, and we've got the rear wings and the underfloors on. Probably going to need a new front wing very soon as well, so we'll probably start one of those after this race, assuming we have the money for it. That's Max diving out the way for us. No, Leclerc, sorry. No, it is Max. Alright, Norris is looking quick. And might get a little toe off Max coming up to the line here. He does, and that's a very good lap from Norris. Albon ahead of Ocon, not surprising. And I wonder if Ocon could have gone faster had he not been harried all the way around. Let's see, how slow was that first lap? A 1:28.3 against a 1:27.7, so 6/10 off. Yeah, I think having Albon so close behind all the way through definitely did not help Ocon. That Alpine will not be there on the next lap. But Norris might be a bit too close, so let's just tell Norris to make sure he doesn't attack. Confidence levels both very high. Hopefully we will get an improvement on this lap. But it will be tricky with the tyres starting to wear out. Let's see, tyres are down to 80%.
Traffic.
Okay, that's the Alpine pulling into the garage in front of us.
Track is clear. We need chance button off for last corner.
And we need to see a big improvement from Ocon here. A long way off, 6/10 off his teammate. No pressure from behind this lap. Is there enough left in these tyres to improve? We will be running on newer tyres at the end of the session with Ocon, but hopefully we can leave Norris in the garage based on that time. It might be prudent to run him on news anyway, just to be on the safe side. Ocon is up in the first sector. Slow-moving Red Bull in front, and it's going to be Max on a cool-down lap, I think. Leclerc is crossing the line now with a huge amount of traffic in the way, and that has put him 4/10 slower than his teammate. Right, Max, move. Thank you. improvement in the middle as well. This is going to be a good lap for Ocon. How good, though, is another matter. I don't think we improved. I think we lost too much in the final sector there. I don't think we actually improved. That is bad. Yeah, we were actually slow. Look how much time we lost in the last sector. We lost half a second in the final sector.
So that's a good lap time.
I've been up a tenth. Actually, we lost more than that. We were up a tenth in the first and the second sectors. Yeah, and then we were down half a tenth in the final sector. So we lost. We could have improved quite nicely there, and then we ended up 3/10 slower on that lap because of that poor final sector. Tyres are probably just given up. We might have run out of battery as well. Right, one flying lap. I'm pretty sure Norris is going to be okay. I mean, if that's not a safe time, then yeah, nobody's safe. Yuki is on provisional pole right now. Wow. All right, I'm going to run both cars. Just maybe we're not safe if Yuki can stick it on provisional pole 3/10 faster than everyone else. There could be some big improvements when the new tyres go on. Send that Ocon behind one of the Ferraris. Maybe see if we can get a bit of a slipstream from it. And then we send that Norris. Norris's lap is a precautionary lap. Ocon definitely needs an improvement because he is going out at the moment.
Yeah, good. Try to work on the front tires.
Yeah, all good.
And I think we're a little bit too far away to really get a benefit from that Ferrari. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Again, our dirty air performance is pretty weak, so I don't know whether being close would actually hurt us too much at the end of the lap or in this section of the lap as well. Maybe it's not a bad thing that we're just out of DRS or just out of slipstream range, because then we should be out of dirty air range as well. Sainz improves, knocks Norris down to 5th. I've got to say that Leclerc is definitely going to improve. I would imagine Porsche is going to improve. Albon and Stroll can improve. Gasly's going to improve, I would imagine.
And track is now clear.
Yeah, it's not a definite that Norris is safe. Alright, here we go.
And track is clear, track clear. Charge button off for last corner.
Just wondering where that Alpine in front of us came from. Yeah, he's on a flying lap. Okay, back to Ocon. Up in the first sector. No improvement for Norris.
That is the checkered flag, so we are boxers lap.
Norris down to 6 as Leclerc goes up to P3. Tsunoda's still up there. He's in P2 right now. He's very, very close. He finishes his lap. He cannot improve, but he's on the front row. Yuki Tsunoda in a Williams is on the front row. And Ocon is out. Did improve by 0.3, but it just wasn't enough. So we've managed to get one car through. And up to 4th place. So we've got pace with Norris, but we do not have pace with Ocon. Although, having said that, I think we might have just nicked a little bit of slipstream off the back of that Alpine at the end there. I am expecting Norris to fall down the order a little bit in the race. And Ocon down in 14th place. That's a little disappointing. Porsche crossing the line. Improves his time, but stays 15th. Here comes Albon. And Albon's done. He's going to the garage. Magnussen, is he finished? Yeah, he's finished as well. So there we go. Final sector. Or final session is about to happen. And I haven't gone into data view again. So we'll do it now. There we go. We'll have less details on the grid, but let's take a look at engine conditions. So that's the state of our two cars. Perez is running an older engine. Sainz is running a newer engine, and new powertrain components across the board relative to the rest of the grid. Max still on his older engine, as is Leclerc. Russell, same again. Porsche's engine is struggling, which is why he is off the pace at the moment. Albon's ERS unit is bad. He's got a new engine in. Gasly is struggling with engine and gearbox. Schumacher didn't make it through. Yuki Tsunoda, oh there we go, new engine for Yuki. And relatively new components as well on the other parts. Giovinazzi, same again, relatively new parts across the board. And we didn't get those guys through. Bottas has a dodgy gearbox and is on old parts across the board. Joe didn't make it through. Stroll, dodgy engine, new gearbox, older ERS. And Magnussen, older parts across the board. So there's a few good engines out there, but most of them are still running their original engines. That is a little disconcerting. Right, let's do a lap on these tyres. Just to get a base. And then we'll do 2 laps on the other tyres. So we've got 2 brand new sets of softs for the Grand Prix. This is not going to be a quick time because these tyres are knackered.
And reminder, stay negative on the dash.
It's a 128. Not as bad as I thought it would be, actually. And we're going to go 2 laps on those tyres, which are the ones we used at the end of Q2. Oh crap, I haven't sent him out. Time went a little bit quicker than I was expecting there. I'm going to have to take manual control here to make sure that he is going to make it round for both flying laps.
And we need a good warm-up on the brakes.
Confirm.
energies are good.
Confirm.
Right, confidence is in a good place. That's encouraging.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Confirm.
You can push.
Cool.
And let's switch on deploy as well now. There we go. We are
So
ready
deployed.
Yeah.
to see what we can do on these tyres. We're nearly a second off with 9/10, and Yuki is setting the pace again. We are truly witnessing a bit of a revival for Williams here. They're challenging for pole position. Tyre's not fully up to temperature yet. No improvement in the first sector as a result. We are now improving. Well, we are now getting our tyres up to proper racing temps. I was hoping the extra grip might still find us an improvement in the first sector. Let's see how we do in the middle. Really want to get into maximum confidence if we can. That's a good improvement. I think we're going to fall just short of getting into peak. Yeah, just missed it. But we didn't improve because we were slow in the first sector. Okay.
Increase tire saving.
Confirm.
Just going to burn off a little bit extra fuel. Doesn't matter if we run out of
Charge button
fuel
on, charge button on.
Yeah, confirm.
on the way back to the pits because this is the final session. So we're just going to keep burning the fuel at this rate. See if we can get the car just a little bit lighter for our second flying lap than it would normally be. Sonoda starts his flying lap. See if he can actually hold on to pole position. That's incredible to see a Williams up there, it really is.
And try to increase pushing status.
Yeah, confirm.
Alright, here we go. Need a strong first sector here. That will put us into peak confidence and may just enable us to go a little bit faster at the rest of the lap as well. There we go, we are into peak confidence.
Checkered flag.
Will this carry over for the rest of the lap? We should go faster as a result anyway because of the improved first sector. We're up in the middle sector as well. This is excellent. Stats are even higher. Yuki is on provisional pole right now. Can Max knock him off? The line. Can he take pole? No, he can't. He doesn't improve.
Reminder on your eyes.
Norris improves up to 6th place. What about Russell? He's on an in-lap, I think. He's on an in-lap. So is Charles Leclerc. Magnussen's on an in-lap.
So
Stroll's
P6.
boxing. That's it. Yuki's got pole.
Good job.
Yuki Tsunoda takes
Tough
pole
to do that.
position. Wow. I'm kind of stunned by that. Williams on pole position from Ferrari. Max in 3rd. Russell with an equal time in 4th place. And then Perez 5th. We're in 6th. Stroll 7th. Leclerc 8th. Gasly in 9th. And Magnussen in 10th. Yuki Tsunoda, take a bow, son. That is incredible.
Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
The Miami Grand Prix arrived onto the calendar in 2022 with much fanfare, and F1 history is still very much being written here. Drivers have to take chances around the street circuit and hope those chances turn into victory.
Now we see Yuki Tsunoda there, Karun. How do you think he's going to be feeling?
They've done really well to get pole position. I mean, what a tremendous chance they've got here today.
The Autodrome is ready for some serious action today here at the Miami Grand Prix.
Alright, just reloaded the chat window to see a whole bunch of messages between Farah and Mr. Water. Let's try and catch up on what I've missed. Any tips on how to get both Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri to the front of the grid before Silverstone in Season 1? Yeah, it's probably not going to happen. Evening, by the way, Turf. Good to see you. What are my expectations for today? Points for Norris, but not a podium, and hopefully points for Esteban as well. But yeah, we are lacking in downforce at the moment, so it's not great in that respect. There we go. You finally reinstalled Flight Sim, have you, Mr. Water? Yeah, I can imagine that took a while. A lot of stuff to download there. Let's give Norris's strategy a tweak as well. There we go. I'm going to take 2 laps of fuel out and push hard on the starts. Take 2 laps of fuel out and take 2 and push hard on the start as well, saving the battery. I'm wondering if we're going to see some variance in how cars start as well. Normally the whole grid just goes flat out for the first 2-3 laps and then immediately backs right off. I wonder if we're going to see some variance in that with the new hard race settings. That will be interesting. Strategies are set. Just quickly double check the ERS is going to be fine. Let's go racing.
57 laps await our competitors here in Miami, so may the best driver win. Here's a determined Sainz lining up on the grid.
A second place start for them today. They'll be aiming for a podium, but could they even sneak the win?
And the time has come. Let's go racing. Here we go with the Miami Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right, strong start for Norris. He briefly got up to 5th. Side by side with Perez, that's got to go around the outside here. We'll have the inside line all the way through this sequence of corners though, so we might be able to sneak ahead of him. We've got better tyres as well in terms of soft tyres, but we're not using the battery. The fact that it's Yuki on pole might help us. Stay with the pack. I'm not seeing anyone sprinting away at the moment, so maybe they're saving their battery. Ocon has been passed and is retaking the position, I think. Nope, he hasn't yet. He's still behind Albon. And now Norris is maybe starting to just drift a little bit behind Russell. Take a look at what everyone's starting on. So Yuki's on mediums. Okay, that will help as well. Keep the pack a little bit tighter. Holding up the soft tyre runners. Quite a few medium runners in front of Ocon. And we're under pressure from Porsche. I'm going to go straight away now with the battery for Ocon.
Is available.
Copy.
See, maybe we can make a move under braking on Albon. Or at least stay close enough. And we are starting to drop a little bit with Norris. I'm going to hold on just a little bit longer with his battery deployment. There's a gap opening up between Gasly and Leclerc already. That's already over a second. Ocon is closing in on Albon. We make a move here on the back straight. No. Maybe on the next DRS straight. Norris now almost a second out of range. Got the Ferrari, the Perez right behind us. We'll wait till the start of the next lap before I turn the battery on. Still in range, just. And here is a little look from Ocon. Should be able to get Albon under braking, I hope. Nope, he's backed up, pulled in. Disappointing.
DRS enabled.
We've got a yellow flag, we've got a VSC. Schumacher's had a whoopsie.
Next car in front will be Russell. Behind we have Perez.
Now we've got an incident here and Mick Schumacher is apparently involved.
So, now we should hopefully see if he's actually hit someone, whether or not, or been hit by someone. Oh, he's been hit. So there shouldn't be an instant penalty. There should be a little investigation and then we'll get the penalty delayed. It's one of the changes of the new
And
patch.
just like that.
You can see no penalties have been applied yet, even though the two cars are out. There'll be a little delay and then we should get a penalty warning.
Virtual safety car deployed.
Stay positive.
Confirm.
And there we go. There is the delay and then the penalty applied to Zhou. We'll get a notification of that in a second. So that will become a 3-place penalty for Zhou in the next Grand Prix. So I like that they put a little delay in that before the penalties are issued out. That is just a little bit more realistic. It would be nice to actually see a under investigation banner pop up like we do in the races in real life, but yeah, baby step. So we'll get a lap or two of VSC, which is going to cool the tyres back down, get the battery for Ocon recharged, mostly, and also get a little bit of fuel saving done, which is nice.
Charge button on.
Confirm.
Energies are good.
Confirm.
And there we go, VSC is now ending. We're going to go full attack
Safety car is
with the tyres, well, with the battery.
Copy.
So we need to push.
Yeah, confirm.
Got some gaps to close back up.
And DRS is enabled.
So Norris is almost, yep, he's in range of Russell and Verstappen. That's good. Ocon has slipped a little bit to Albon, but has gotten a DRS gain here. So might have a look into turn one here. Go up the inside. No, backs out of it. Alright, we'll keep pushing, see if we can get him on the back straight. Norris is now all over the back of Russell. Here's the chance. Again, soft versus medium tyre here. Going to go late on the brakes as well, see if that helps.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Confirm.
Nearly snuck up there, but we might get him on the next bit. We have broken away just about from Perez. That'd be nice if we can leave the Ferrari behind. Ocon's still behind Albon. So again, this back straight here might be our best opportunity. Russell is almost out of range of Verstappen, so if we can't get him here, we may well have a chance into turn one of the braking. And this time we are going to get the move done on Albon. There we go, Giovinazzi up next, but we're out of battery. That is not good. Now we're going to have to defend and make sure that Albon doesn't get us back again.
Can we have recharge on, please?
And we
Now
have
we should be able to take a look
missed
here.
it, but we
Now we're
have
watching-
made the move on Russell. Sykes has jumped Yuki. Max is actually out of range of Yuki at the moment. We're not going to get a replay, or we missed the chance to get the replay of Norris getting through.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
Yeah, confirm.
We are dropping off the back of Geo at the moment. Russell just got the DRS on the back of us. Can we lose him after this next turn? No. Ocon is really struggling to keep pace right now. Giovinazzi tucked up behind Magnussen, who was pushed onto the back of Bottas and is lapping now at Gasly's pace. Let's cool things down.
We suggest a little bit more Lycra.
Copy.
And we need to increase lift and coast.
Confirm.
Sonoda retaking the position from Sainz there, or trying to. One Williams out, another one starting on pole position and retaking the lead. Real contrasting fortunes here. And did we just drop out? No, we're okay. We're still in range, but we are at risk. Need to calm things down a bit. Hopefully we can keep closing up on the braking. Albon's got back through again. I'm actually going to go into full harvest and try and encourage Albon to stay in front. And we gave away the DRS. Pourchaire is all over the back of us as well now. Ocon just struggling for pace here. He's got the same parts on his car. For some reason he's just not comfortable here this weekend.
Charge button on.
Confirm.
Yeah, he is still holding up Albon and Pourchaire. De Vries has almost caught up to the party as well. Ocon's confidence is pretty good as well, so it's not like he's lacking in the confidence department. I'd say it's probably fractionally higher than Norris's confidence right now.
Recharge on.
Copy that.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
Yep.
Just a little concerned we might lose a bit of position here.
Yeah, confirm.
And a good launch. And we got it.
look after the tyres, please.
Yeah, confirm.
Yeah, we're about 4/10 of a lap slower than Giovinazzi at the moment. Sykes and Tsunoda scrapping is holding up the soft tyre runners. This is both helping and hurting us at the same time. Helping us in the sense that we're staying with the front runners, but it's also hurting us in the sense that we are potentially going to lose ground to the medium runners when they box onto softs and we have to go onto mediums. Ideally, we should be in front leading the way, pulling away from the medium runners. There we go, another switch of position for Ocon and Albon here.
And recharge
Puts, Ocon
on
into
now
harvest.
is okay, please.
Copy.
Try and use the DRS and slipstream to finish charging that battery up. Just like we've been doing with Norris. 5 seconds off the back of Gio now. Keeping Russell at bay, but sooner or later he's going to have a go at throwing it around the outside or up the inside into one of these turns. The fact that he's got some pressure behind from Perez is probably helping keep him behind us. Let's see, Albon laps faster than Gio, so that might be because we had the DRS overtake. Let's just ride on board with Esteban for a bit. Should be able to finish his charge this lap. In fact, let's try and break him away.
Overtake is available.
Get back past and actually we might lose the DRS here.
You can push.
Copy that.
Yeah, we did. We just lost it on that straight. Oh, yellow flag. There's another crash. I don't know where.
And there's been quite a crash.
Oh, it's the two Astons, Magnussen and Stroll. Oh, that's not good. There's damage to both.
And clearly then, not what everyone in the garage would have wanted to see.
Right, let's see. Which of the Astons was at fault there?
There was a crash.
And they're
Was
both in
for
front of us,
every
so that has
front.
helped us. Oh, Russell sneaks away through. That's been coming, I think. It's a penalty for Norris. Penalty for Norris. It's a penalty for Magnussen.
Here we are then at turn 17. The opportunity's there.
And there is the overtake from Russell on Norris.
Charge button on.
Confirm.
So we've overtaken Stroll because Stroll has dived into the box. He's going onto hard tyres. He's going to have a new front wing as well. It's not a bad stop. And Magnussen is up next, who is also walking wounded. Need to clear him very quickly now. Yeah, there we go, straight up the inside. See a good chunk of his front wing is missing there.
Awesome.
Doing a very good job here.
And we're now within 2.5 seconds of Giovinazzi, although we pretty much killed the battery to get there.
And recharge on.
And are we going to see Magnussen box at the end of this lap? I would imagine we are. No, he's staying out. Oh, does this mean there aren't enough spare wings?
We want to manage our tyre budget.
We'll have to keep an eye out for when Magnussen makes his pit stop, you know, for tyres. Speaking of, let's take a look at the tyre window. Magnussen and Albon's tyres are actually worse than Ocon's at the moment. Our tyres are in really good shape. Giovinazzi's really pushed his tyres as well. Look at that, 64%. They're barely better than ours in terms of life wear. Norris has been looking after his tyres. They're actually slightly better than Perez. And Max has moved his way up to the front of the field. We missed that. Let's see if we can make a move here with Lando.
All right.
Get back past Russell. Maybe make a move on Yuki. Don't want to let Sainz and Max get away if we want to be able to try and compete tonight. Trying to go the long way round. There we go, into turn one, up the inside. Yes, gets the move done. There we go. So, what does that do for our confidence? Nice. There we go. We are 4 laps away from our pit stop as well. So, I think I'm just going to push these tyres now to the end of this stint with both cars.
Time to push on these tyres.
Copy.
And we are straight onto the back of Tsunoda here. And Sainz swapping places. Can we get a good run here on Yuki? We'll try and throw it up the inside. Oh, brave on the brakes. Very brave, and that is a comfortable completion there. Ocon is losing ground to Giovinazzi again. So again, Giovinazzi and Bottas hanging on to the back of Gasly. It's Gasly's pace that we're struggling to keep up with. So Gasly with a 1:34.6, sorry, 1:34.3. Ocon actually closed by a tenth on that lap. But we have been struggling to stay with them. A little bit of awkwardness in turn one there has meant that we've dropped out of DRS range of Max. Hopefully we can get back in by the end of this straight. We've got to be very careful we don't get passed by Tsunoda here. We should be fine. Should be safe. But we are pretty much out of battery now. Which means we'll be vulnerable to being dropped at the very end of the lap.
Charge button on.
I think we just about managed to break Yuki there. Yes, we did. His rear wing is not open. Good, good, good. That helps. This is where we're going to struggle. There's no battery there. We lose a good 4/10 coming out of that corner. Giovinazzi has got past Bottas. We have closed the gap a bit more. It's like we picked up our pace just a little bit, and Gasly had a slow lap there, 1:34.7. Porsche's tyres are wrecked, down to 34%. I wonder he's dropped off the back of these two here. Stay in range, get in range, get in range. Not quite. Right, let's really push the tyres. We've only got a couple more laps to do. We are going to have to do some fuel saving in the next stint. I'm going to box Ocon at the end of the next lap.
Stay close.
And then Norris the lap after that. Have managed to get to DRS range, so let's see if we can actually get the overtake done before we box. That would be nice, a nice little boost of confidence.
Box this lap.
We'll put him in peak confidence for when he comes out on his new tyres. Make sure we do get this move done. Need to have this move done way before we get to the final turn, because otherwise us boxing is going to cause us to back up really suddenly. We're going to get it done. It's got to be done right now. We have got the DRS. I don't think we're going to get it done. No, we're not. Right, let's go.
Overtake is available.
Norris is in peak confidence. That's nice. I didn't even see how that happened. Oh, we overtook Perez. No, we didn't overtake Perez. Maybe we got... maybe we actually got credited with a pass on...
Clear at exit.
On sites.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Get in range just makes me think stay on target. I might be missing something on that one there, Farah. Alright, can we get Max before we box? That would be nice. Again, don't think... Oh, when Star Wars... gotcha. Okay. Right, we're not going to complete that move, so we'll ease out. There, you see, that's the problem. When you try and overtake on a lap when you're going to hit the box, you end up slowing right down if you're in the middle of an overtake. It's a little frustrating, but yeah, it is what it is. Right, good stop. 2.1, that is a good stop. I didn't even see how quick Ocon's time was.
Will be tight.
I hope it was good.
No need to push the tyres.
Hoping we get credited with the overtake there, but it doesn't look like we did. Right, let's start the fuel save. As we get out in front of Bottas. So we did actually undercut Valtteri there. We are lacking a little bit of pace to Sainz. Yeah, he had that undercut on us, so we are now 3.5 seconds behind him. That's not so good. We'll get the fuel saving going.
Increase lift and coast.
There's about 8.5 seconds between our two drivers at the moment. And there we go, tyres are up to temp.
And take care of the tires in high speed.
Albon boxes, so this is crucial for Ocon. We've got the undercut going, but Albon is going onto the soft, so he's quick. Oh, he's got a slow stop. Problem with his front left wheel there. That will give us some breathing room. He might get caught by Porsche. He has so far. Can he get out in front here? Just behind. Good stuff. That helps take a bit of the pressure off. Porsche is actually on soft as well. Ocon under pressure from Norris, from Bottas. Again, we are fuel saving, so that's understandable. We are losing a little bit of time to Ricciardo, which is weird. No, we're gaining on Ricciardo. Bottas just throws it up the inside there. We've got that tyre disparity again. Bottas on the softs, we're on the mediums. Let's use the opportunity to charge the battery as well as fuel save.
Back in the rhythm. Let's have recharge on then, please.
Copy.
Norris goes side by side with De Vries up the inside. There's De Vries boxing. You can tell because he just came to a complete stop there as we got the move done. And that is a fully maxed out confidence bar for Lando Norris. Nice. 4.5 seconds behind Sainz, who is definitely pushing at the moment. Yuki's back in the lead. Max is yet to stop. I think Yuki is one stopping as well here, potentially. Perez is going to have to box soon. He's really pushed those tyres. He might have to go with the hards.
Push.
And recharge on is okay, please.
Copy up.
Just so busy looking at tyres and stuff. wasn't paying attention to the fact that Bottas has dropped us and Porsche is right on us. Defend that time. Can we keep that going? Can we close back up to Bottas? As Porsche sets the fastest Grand Prix, fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far. Which is even weird to tell. I think Porsche is going to go through. Yes, he is. Oh, can we hold him off? No. Yeah, shit.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. It's okay. We are still fuel saving. He is on a faster compound of tyres than us. Giovinazzi finally boxes. He's getting off those mediums as he's going hard tyres. No, he's going soft. So, it's going to be a medium soft strategy then. Perez is definitely looking after those tyres right now as Giovinazzi comes out behind Ocon, but again it's going to be a case of soft tyres chasing down mediums. That's not ideal.
And we can have recharge on, please.
Need to do just a little bit more fuel saving.
Copy.
Get it down to about half a kilo and then I'll be happy. Just wanted to try and save a little bit of extra battery while we had the DRS unopposed there. And it has brought us onto the back of Bottas again. Evening, Anthony. And Perez finally boxes. And that looks like hard tyres for the Ferrari. Yep, hard tyres. So that's a one-stop strategy for Perez. He will not be boxing again.
Daniel has pitted.
Ricardo boxes. That frees the pace up in front of Ocon. And I'm going to stop fuel saving now with Esteban as we drop his tyre pace down. Soft tyre for Ricardo. We had a good lap there against Gasly, gained 1.5 seconds. Ocon is at risk of being dropped. He's going to have to up his tyre, his deployment a touch.
And overtake is available.
Copy.
Last thing I want is to get stuck behind Giovinazzi. Norris is still closing quickly on the back of Gasly here. This is good stuff. Has Gasly boxed yet? No, he hasn't. He's going for a one-stop as well. As Max finally boxes on those very, very warm soft tyres. Below 30% now. And he's going mediums. He's going to try and do a one-stop at the end. And if you can do 25 laps on those softs, you can probably do, you know, more than that on those mediums. He's got 33 laps to do on those mediums.
No lift off needed.
I can keep
You're
going
doing
on
a
that
good
pace
job.
setting for Norris at the moment.
And tires are good to push.
And recharge on now is okay, please.
Copy.
And Yuki is still winning this Grand Prix, although he is yet to box. What tyres is he going to go on to? So if he can stretch these a bit longer and then go soft, he's got a chance of winning this. If he goes hard, I think he's probably going to lose that chance, unless he boxes right now. And even then, well, actually, if he boxes onto hard tyres, he'll be slow for a bit, and then he'll have a pace advantage at the end of the race when the softs are dead. Staying out. We've caught Gasly. There we go. Leclerc's in the box. This is going to be for a set of medium tyres. So both Red Bulls going soft to medium in a one-stop strategy here. We are through against Pierre, and let's burn what battery we've got and just try and break away. And burn those tyres as well for a lap.
Deploy. And we need to push for these laps. You're doing a good job.
So recharge on.
Copy that.
If you can, push.
Copy that.
And yeah, there we go. We've broken away from Gasly. Now 7 seconds behind Sainz. He's back off again.
The tires.
Just wanted to make sure we got out the DRS. We have done. It's proving to be a bit of an interesting mix of strategies here. We've got some on a fast two-stop, some on a slow one-stop, some on an aggressive one-stop where they'll have good pace, but their tyres will fall off massively at the end of the stints. Got a real mix of strategy. It's good to see that. I like that. It makes it more predictable, trying to figure out exactly where we're going to slot in. And I am going to go for
Stay
it.
close.
Because I think we're being held up a little bit now. Try and throw it up the inside of Bottas here. Oh, I had to back out. And then we nearly got caught by Giovinazzi. We'll have the inside line on the exit of this sequence. Yeah, we're definitely getting hurt by Bottas at the moment. Need to get this move done. Bottas is going to have DRS as well, though. Come on, be brave on the brakes. Be brave on the brakes, please. Ah, squeezed again. And now we are at risk from Giovinazzi. Looks like we managed to hold him off. We've killed the battery. There's the chance gone. So let's drop the settings down a bit. Try and get that battery back up.
Copy that.
Let the tyres come back to you.
Copy.
We are about half a second quicker than Norris at the moment. That's good, than Sainz. That's good.
Copy.
Max is past Gasly and on a charge right now. What did he do on the last lap? A 1:31.3. That's quick. Let's respond.
DRS.
I can see us getting passed by Gio here. And I've got no battery to attack or defend with here. Yeah, there he goes. And I need to cool these tyres down as well. So
Let's get back in the car.
it's not good for his confidence. Movement in front. Hard tyres for Russell. And hard tyres for Tsunoda. If he's going to go hard, why couldn't he box sooner? He's kept position for George. And where's he going to come out? Oh, right behind Leclerc.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Copy that.
Yeah, this stint is not working well for Ocon here.
Time to push on these tyres.
Copy.
Have to double check what we're training Ocon on, but we might need to start working his pace stats if we're not doing that already.
And recharge on.
Right,
Copy.
gap to Sainz is now 3 seconds, but we killed the battery to do that.
Just a reminder on DRS. And charge button on.
We're due to stop at 40. So we've got another 11 laps to do on these tyres.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
Oh, bad exit from the corner for Giovinazzi there. Not sure what happened. Looks like he got squeezed trying to go for a move. Need to look after Ocon's tyres a bit now.
We want to manage our tyre budget.
Yeah, copy that.
So I'm wondering if they've thrown maybe a little bit more weight behind driver ratings with part of this difficulty option, because Ocon has been significantly off the pace of Norris this weekend. And we know that Norris is a beast at the moment. You know, his stats are really good. Trying to work out why Ocon has been so much slower this weekend. They're both running a new engine. They're both running newish gearboxes, if not brand new gearboxes for Ocon. They're both running the same spec of car. I'm just not quite sure where that difference... I mean, Ocon's been unlucky with some traffic as well, but I mean, they were only a few seconds apart, and now look how far apart they are. They're 21 seconds apart. That was 8 when they both came out the pit stops earlier. Norris has had clean air and been able to push, but you know, Ocon has just struggled with traffic. But even so,
Press, overtake.
Copy
so
that.
we can get those that confidence. The confidence level will probably be a factor as well, but yeah, Norris was in peak confidence. Sorry, Ocon was in peak confidence at the same point as Norris at the start of this stint, and yeah, he's lost some by being overtaken, but yeah, he's just not been on it this weekend. Oh, this could be bad. Oh, 3 wide through the first turn. How there was not contact there, I do not know.
Awesome.
I won't complain,
Nice
but
job, mate. Nice job.
that was concerning. I thought we were going to get squished. Meanwhile, Giovanazzi's like 3 seconds up the road now. He's just gone. And set the fastest lap as well.
Recharge on.
Yeah.
No need to push the tyres.
Copy that.
Gasly boxes. And a set of softs to the end for Gasly. We've got the move done on Bottas. And we're going to try and hold him back. Confidence will have gone up nicely after those couple of quick overtakes there. One more would put him in peak. Norris just under 3 seconds off the back of sight still. And we're holding Verstappen at bay as well. We must be looking after those tyres a little bit. Still got a long way to go. He's got another 24 laps to go after this one on those tyres. So, yeah, still a long way for him to go. We are boxing in 6 laps time, 7 laps time. Might bring them in a lap or two earlier. Norris is definitely performing better than I was expecting for him to perform tonight. Ocon is probably not where I thought the car would be, actually. You know, bottom end of the points. But I'm definitely feeling a little bit of an improvement in difficulty for moving Ocon up through the field, because we've had to really struggle to get him back up into ninth here. It's been relatively straightforward for Norris. Although we do have to do an extra stop with him, and we don't know how that's going to go. And we have seen as well that cars that we wouldn't necessarily expect to be pulling away from us have been doing so, like Bottas, like Giovinazzi. We've struggled at times to keep our pace up. And the only reason we're doing it with Norris is simply because his smoothness rating is so good, we can kind of keep pushing his tyres a lot harder. And with no traffic, no dirty air in front to overheat those tyres, the temperatures stay relatively under control. But if those tyres were going red, then we would definitely be stopped in the tyre pace. Which we're going to have to do as soon as we get onto the back of Sainz, I think. I am going to just make sure we get there quickly so I can then start charging up.
So deployed.
And now the tyres start to go red as we start to push with the battery as well. So we need to get into the back of that DRS quickly and then just sit there, charge up. I'm going to try and bank a little bit of extra fuel as well while we're there, so we can really attack on those softs when we box.
And charge button on.
Yeah, confirm.
Charge on.
Right.
Yep, confirm.
Let's see how long we can stick onto the back of Sainz like this. Actually, we're close to the pits now, so we may as well just stay in that tyre
So
pace.
increase
If
pushing
they overheat, they
status.
overheat, and we've
Yeah,
still got enough rubber. Ocon is doing a nice job holding back everyone behind him. Just keeping his confidence level nice. I'm going to up his tyre pace now as well, because we're getting close to his second
You can
stop.
push. Yeah.
Now, one thing I am going to do before tomorrow night's stream, I'll do a bit of it tonight and probably a bit of it tomorrow, is I'm going to start a brand new career file, run the first race on the new hard settings, and then run one on medium, and with the exact same build, and see build up and see the difference in how the races perform at Bahrain. See if there is a noticeable difference in difficulty. In terms of car development, we're just going to have to kind of wait and see how that shakes out. It's not something you can test immediately, unfortunately. Porsche has got his way past Bottas, who is now being dropped. So Porsche might be trying to push. Means we might have a lunge at us into turn one here. Yeah, hold them off for now. Well, I think a couple of tenths better than Giovinazzi, but not substantially fast enough to close the gap in a meaningful way. Norris is doing a great job hanging on to the back of Sainz here. We're just a couple of laps away. I'm going to really burn out the last of these tyres for Ocon. Again, we're going to box him a lap earlier than Norris to give him a better undercut chance. And I want to continue getting Norris's battery fully charged. And we have now taken a fair bit out of Giovinazzi. This is going to be a slow lap for Gio. It's going to be a quick lap for us as well. Russell sets a new flying lap of a 1:30.3. That's quick. Porsche air boxes. So now we've got to be careful of being undercut ourselves here. And there, 6/10 gained. Right, so that's medium tyres going on for Teo. Okay, so we'll have a grip advantage there. What about Bottas? He's going mediums as well. De Vries and Stroll are both in as well. Mediums for De Vries.
Good. Confirm.
Stroll is coming off those hard tyres for so soft, so he's going to be quick in the final stint of the race. Let's box Ocon this lap. It's one lap earlier than planned.
Okay, we will box this lap.
Yeah, happy to work.
And Sainz boxes.
So, just hit it now. And charge button off. Charge button off.
Confirm.
Right, so Sainz is also going for medium tyres.
Confirm.
Interesting. I mean, we saved some
And
soft tyres
tyres are
in
good to
qualifying,
push.
so maybe they don't have
Confirm.
a brand new set of softs left.
17.
Here comes Ocon.
Okay.
That's a good stop. That's a very good
Could
stop.
be close to cars at exit.
Quick and clean. And we get out right on the back of Ricciardo, so that will give us a chance to charge the battery for a lap
So
before we push.
recharge
We
on.
are out ahead of Porsche. That was important. That was very important. Right, Norris is boxing at the end of this lap. I have to say, I think Red Bull have probably thrown away a chance of winning this race because of their very aggressive
Copy,
one-stop
understood.
strategy that they're trying. It means they're going to have to really, really back off those tyres. We can go attack pretty hard on these tyres. Don't know if it'll be enough to get the win, but we can certainly have a crack at the podium here. Another 2.0 second stop.
Track clear.
Ocon's tyres are now up to temperature. Let's just stay on this
Just
pace
be careful
setting
with this
for
tyre.
another lap. I want to get full battery. So one more lap behind Ricciardo potentially. Unless we actually get the overtake done here. We did. Okay, let's go top up.
And recharge on is okay, please.
I think we gave Ricciardo the DRS there. Yes, we did. All right, back into harvest then.
Recharge on.
Yeah, copy.
Oh, and still we got the move done. Okay, so let's go
And we can have recharge
Push.
on, please.
break away while Ricciardo is still in front of Porsche. We are right on the back of Sainz again, and we have that tyre advantage. As soon as these are up to temperature, we are going to be brutally quick.
Easy on the front tires.
Confirm.
See if we can get the move done before the end of the lap here.
No lift off.
Gonna go for the
needed.
fastest lap.
You are doing a good job.
Confirm.
Zero DRS.
Confirm.
Right, who got the DRS there? I think it might have been Sainz. No, it was us. Excellent. Great way to start a flying lap by getting a little squirt of DRS across the line. And Ocon is now nearly 3 seconds clear of Porsche. That's fantastic. And sets the fastest lap, which Norris is about to obliterate.
And recharge on, recharge on. Let the tyres come back to you.
Sainz is hanging on, but we should drop him through this sequence here. Purple, purple. And yes, we have dropped Sainz. This is going to be a monstrously quick lap.
And we have the fastest lap.
1:28.9. Whoa, that is quick. That is 1.2 seconds faster than Ocon's flying lap, which went purple. So, yeah, very good indeed. Let's calm the tyres down and keep pushing the fuel.
Take care of the tires.
Perez is on the back of Leclerc, and Tsunoda and Russell are right there. We're only a second and a half behind, and then Max is only 3.5 seconds further up the road. We could be on for the win. And we have to, put a caveat next to if we do get the win, in the sense that we know the Red Bulls are not running new engines. We are. So we have definitely got a pace advantage in that respect.
And we need charge button on. Take care of the tires.
As Perez is up to second now. Tsunoda's got through past Leclerc as well. There's the difference in tyres. They're on a harder compound, but they've got a lot more life. Tsunoda especially has got a lot more life in his tyres than the Red Bulls do right now. Yeah, like I said, those Red Bulls have gone for a very strange strategy. They're going to have to go conservative on those tyres, which is going to hurt them in the closing laps. See, Ocon is closing on Gasly. Porsche is hunting us down again. 8th is going to be the best we can do tonight with Ocon, which isn't bad considering he started in 13th and has been struggling with the traffic.
Charge button on, charge button on.
Oh wow, we caught up very quickly under braking there.
And we need to look after these tires.
Charge button on, charge button on.
Just sit here for another couple of laps, get that battery rebuilt, and then we can blitz our way past the two cars in front, get on to Perez and Tsunoda. From there it's a short hop, skip and a jump to the back of Verstappen and a potential race win. Laps are ticking down, so we can't hang around for too long. And we have got the threat of Carlos Sainz always sniffing around the back of us as well. But I'm pretty happy with where we're sitting right now with Norris. Ocon is still closing on Gasly, but not by much. And oh, we got a yellow flag. Is that going to bring something out? Who spun? No one in front of us. It was Albon. That doesn't help us.
Now this was at turn 1. And the rear just lets go. And there'll be words had after this, I'm sure.
So head down here.
Still got a bit of work to do, but I think we need to start moving up through the order a little bit as well. So let's just see if we can sneak a move in top up. Put some pressure on Leclerc. He's looking like he might drop here. He's outside of the DRS. Cruise past him on the inside line there. Tsunoda now right up with Verstappen.
Lift and coast. Take care of the tires.
We have not been able to drop Porsche, which is a little bit of a concern. But we did take a big chunk out of Gasly there. No way we're going to make up that 25-second gap to Sainz though.
And we'll need lift off. Be careful with the tires. Charge button on.
Russell has made his way past Leclerc. Past Perez. Perez on those hard tyres. We should hopefully get the move done on the softs, despite being in a slightly lower pace setting here. We've got much more grip.
Then we need to increase.
We did lose DRS to Russell in the process.
Charge button on. Charge button on.
Porsche is still right there. In fact, it goes side by side with us through the squiggly bit. Held him back for now. Back in range of Russell again.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
And about half a second quicker than Gasly again.
energies are good.
And let's try and jump Russell here. Yuki is back into the lead. Can we can we be that cruel and deny Yuki Tsunoda his first win? I'm half tempted to just sit in second and let him win. But no, we want the win. Norris's confidence has been, sky high for a good chunk of, the vast majority of this race, which has really helped him cut his way through.
Charge button on. And reminder, some lift and coast.
Let's let Porsche take the advantage from us for a while. Give us a chance to charge that battery up so that when we do get up to Gasly, we can try and break away from the pair of them. Still can't quite get over the fact that Yuki has been at the front of this Grand Prix for big chunks of it on legitimate pace as well. It's incredible to see that the AI has developed Williams into a top running team, or at least with Yuki. Schumacher, obviously not showing just how much, whether he's got, pace in his car or not. It might be that Yuki's got upgrades that Mick doesn't. Because Mick was a bit slower in the race, and then obviously that big crash in the opening laps. And he was absolutely torpedoed by Zhou Guan Yu.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Alright, I'm going to try and get in front of Max here.
Keep concentration high.
And we got boxed in. We might get boxed in here as well. Or we might get the pair of them. Nope. We're going to get either of them. Right, Porsche has got past Giovinazzi, who has been dropped.
Recharge on now is over.
By Porsche, so we are going to have to go. Or was that Giovinazzi's caught us and got past us? I think it's that, isn't it? That's not great. Well, there we go. We've got the move on Verstappen. I wasn't watching, so I'm going to see the replay on this.
Here. The opportunity
Too busy looking at the
taken.
timing page. Oh yeah, just swooped around in there effortlessly, and we're about to make the move on Tsunoda as well.
Thank you very much.
Alright, we've got plenty of time, so let's calm those tyres down. Let's rebuild the battery.
Take care of the tyres for the moment. And increase lift and coast.
Yeah, we're being held up here. Took my eye off the ball. Porsche just absolutely bolted and left us behind. Left us vulnerable to Giovinazzi. Too busy watching Norris
Overtake is available.
Yeah.
Hoped to save the battery, but we now need to use it to get back onto Porsche and Gasly as they are scrapping for position, and I don't want Porsche to get away. Come on, Ocon, go for the move, don't just sit there. There we go, well that's the end of my battery again.
Awesome.
But he is through. Just keeping a nice comfortable watching brief here behind Tsunoda.
So we need to push.
See, Max has been dropped and is now about to be passed by Sainz. So Verstappen's strategy has failed and he's not even going to make the podium here.
And we can have recharge on, please.
Copy that.
6 laps to go.
We want to manage our tyre budget.
Copy.
Once again,
No
we're just
need to push the
sitting
tyres.
in the
Yeah, copy.
slipstream there. We've been dropped by Tsunoda, who looks like he's trying to pull away from us.
And charge button on.
Porsche is threatening to leave us
Recharge
behind
on
here.
is okay, please.
Copy that.
Here comes Giovinazzi again. God damn it.
And try to increase pushing status.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Yeah.
There we go. So we are back through into 9th place, but we're now 2 seconds off the back of Porsche.
Stay close. And use overtake.
So how many laps are left? 5 laps to go.
And this is the lap we're going to try and get past
We
Tsunoda.
don't want to overcook the tyres. Let the tyres come back to you. Save as much fuel.
And as we swoop around the outside, becomes the inside through this next section here, through the marina. Under the freeway off ramps.
Increase lift and coast.
Closing Porsche back down is good. Wary of Giovinazzi. Still, he has got past Gasly and is just about in range.
And 4 laps to go.
Norris is now comfortably through. Pushing for one more lap. As I say, Norris has performed so much better than I thought he would be able to today. I didn't think we'd be able to get a podium, let alone a win, but we've been aided by the fact that the Red Bulls have made some interesting choices with their strategy here, which has definitely not worked out for them. Where Ocon is where I thought we would be fighting, in like 7th, 8th, 9th kind of positions. And while Norris seems to be able to consistently outperform the car, Ocon seems to be a little bit more limited this weekend.
Time to push on these tyres.
We should slow down.
Alright, we've got a 3-second lead over Tsunoda, and that should be enough. Now we've got to see if we can get Ocon up past Porsche. Giovinazzi is just snapping at our heels the whole way through. Take a look at tyres. About the same as us.
3 laps to go.
Confirm.
Going to be a tense 3 laps for Ocon here. He could finish 8th, he could finish 10th.
The temperatures are going slightly up.
He is in peak confidence at just the right time though. That helps. And we're almost back in range of Porsche. We can't risk going into harvest mode. We're just going to have to stay and top up and hope we can get enough. Here comes Giovinazzi. Damn it. Can we hold on around the outside?
Keep pushing.
And 2 laps to go.
Just about side by side, so we're not going to lose the position. I don't know if we did, but I don't know. No, Giovinazzi did not get DRS. We did. Not that seems to be able to help us because we're not going to make the move. All right, we need a little bit of battery here.
So recharge on.
Copy that.
Just make sure we don't burn all of it coming out of that corner.
Recharge on.
Yeah.
Sainz is now past Tsunoda. Can he hold on for the podium? I think he can. He's 8 seconds clear of Verstappen now. So Yuki's not going to get the win, but he is going to get podium to go with that pole position of his. It's been a fantastic weekend for Williams in that respect. Disappointing on the other side of the garage.
Copy.
With Schumacher bidding it so early on, although that wasn't his fault, but he did qualify out of position, which left him vulnerable to that lunge. I think we just have to go for it here.
And
see if we can maybe get one of them into the last couple of turns to set up a chance for taking the position at the start, at this place on the end of the next lap. We're going to go 3 wide into this turn. This is not good. Oh, we got them both. What a great move. What a fantastic move from Ocon. Now, can he hold them back? Got a whole lap to do it.
Let's have a look at the action. It's all at the final corner. They decide to give it a go. And it's not just one place they've gained there.
That was supremely brave from Esteban there. But it's a long way to go with no battery. Gonna melt what's left of the tyres. Come on, hold him off, hold him off, hold him off.
Press, overtake.
Burn everything we got left now on this corner.
And B1.
Awesome work, everyone.
It's all over. Norris picks up first place.
A result like that absolutely speaks to all the hard work they've put into their career. Just phenomenal.
We just saw in the background there as well, Tsunoda was having a look at the back of Sainz, but almost got him, but couldn't quite. Ocon has done enough.
We will want a little bit of Lyco. Good job.
Ocon just does enough to get across the line in 8th place. Again, very close.
Thank you.
That was hard work to get Ocon through. So let's see, Red Bulls ended up finishing 5th and 7th. And in the end, we're only 15 seconds off the back of Leclerc. That's how much their pace was really falling away at the end. Look at their tyres, 28% for Max, 30 for Leclerc, who boxed a lap later. Yeah, and they will have been really conserving those tyres in the closing laps as well. What a great result for Norris, and what a great result for Tsunoda. Just missing out on 2nd place, but a pole position and a podium.
By Lando Norris today.
It was a truly excellent win, with everything working together for the team and driver.
Oh, that's a wonderful scene. The team getting their first chance to congratulate their driver on a job well done. Lando Norris certainly loves the podium, heading up there now to celebrate again.
That's their 2nd win of the season. A brilliant talent who looks so at home on the track.
And after a hot and sweaty Miami Grand Prix, I think this is as good a time as any to cool off. Now, Karun, with that result in mind, what would they be feeling like down at McLaren?
They'll be absolutely delighted to have picked up the win here. What a great outcome that is for the team.
And with that, our weekend in Miami now draws to a close.
Now the teams will be looking ahead to Imola, where the season progresses with the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Get ready for some fierce competition.
Well, there we go. Final confirmation of the final result. A great result for Norris, gaining 5 places to actually take the win, which I really didn't think would be possible tonight. As I say, we were helped by questionable strategy from Red Bull. Really letting themselves down with their tyre strategy there. They had so much more potential, but Yeah, we capitalised on it. Got to feel sorry for Yuki. He was leading for a good chunk at the beginning of the race on merit, and then got himself back up into the lead. We were also going to blitz past him. He almost managed to retake the second place from fight, but had to settle for third in the end. But big points for him, 15 points, and that's big points for Williams as well. Decent result for George. He is in 4th place, Max down in 5th, Perez in 6th, Leclerc 7th, Ocon gaining 6 places from 14th up to 6th. Great result for him. Good result for Giovinazzi. He had some genuine pace throughout this weekend as well. You know, at one point he was the fastest car on track on more than one occasion. Porsche gaining 5 places as well. Good recovery drive from him after a poor qualifying. Disappointing for Gasly, but we know that he was running an older set of powertrain components, so expect to see him looking quick again when he puts new parts in, possibly for Imola. Decent result for Nick de Vries. Good result for Daniel Ricciardo. Very disappointing race for the Astons. 8th place drop for Magnussen and 9th place drop for Stroll, aided mainly by that awkward collision between the two, which did significant damage to both cars. We never did actually check to see whether or not Magnussen did ever change his front wing. I get the feeling he probably didn't. Let's have a look at his pace. Let's see. Magnussen. No, it doesn't look like he ever did change that front wing. He was doing 130, 133s, 132s before the collision with his teammates. Then he was doing 135s after that. And then he pitted, and then he was doing 134s, 135s again. So, yeah, he obviously didn't have a spare front wing, which is why he was trundling around at the back. Right, let's take a look at the Drivers' Championship. Lando, with his 2nd win of the season, retakes Max Verstappen's spot at the top of the driver standings on equal points. But we have 2 wins, and Max has 2 as well. So I'm not quite sure why. Maybe it's podiums. Max has got a sprint win, but we've got more podiums, and I think that's what counts. So yeah, we are there. Or maybe it's the fastest laps. We've got more fastest laps than Max by 1. So we're top by some kind of count back there. I'm not going to complain. We'll take that. Leclerc has now dropped quite a way off the front 2 on 59 points. No race wins for him yet this season. No points for Gasly, means he loses some ground. Ocon gains another 4 points to stay in 5th. Russell hunts him down quite quickly, up to 47 points now, just 3 behind. And Sainz gaining big points. He is just a further point back as well in 7th place. Perez jumps over Albon, who didn't get any points this weekend. And look at that, Yuki Tsunoda jumping up 7 places to 11th with that podium there. 15 points for him. Fantastic weekend for him. Let's take a look at the Constructors' Championship. Red Bull top with 151 points. We gain 14 on them, so we are now just 12 points behind them, hunting them down. Alpine, no points at all for Alpine this weekend, has left them very, very vulnerable to Ferrari, who had a strong weekend this weekend. 26 points for them. They're level on points. But with Alpine having a win, that's why they are in 3rd. Mercedes gained some decent points in 5th, moves them clear of Aston, who failed to score at all. Look at this for Williams, up to 18 points now. Massive points for them this season. And if they can keep that kind of form going, they could easily get themselves above Aston Martin and and start making some inroads further up the table. Haas get 2 points, but they drop a position. Alfa drop a position as well, and still no points for AlphaTauri. Let's take a look at the pit stop competition. Red Bull with 2 very quick stops, 1.9s for them. Then Ferrari with a 2.0, Mercedes with a 2.0, and then our 2 drivers with 2.0. So we had 2 very quick stops, and we were still mid-table with that. But we got both of our drivers up there, so 18 points. That's a good haul. Means we are keeping pace with Ferrari, but we are slipping further behind Red Bull, as to be expected. AlphaTauri jump above Williams, but apart from that, no change to anyone's standings. And there you can see, first stop, not great, 2.3, and then a 2.0, a 2.1, and a 2.0. Our pit crew is definitely improving. Let's keep that work going if we can. And let's take a look at how busy our drivers were. We'll start with Ocon. 10 overtakes, 12 failed, 36 successful defences, and 9 failed. He was good in defence. A lot of defences there, 36, that's a big number. And then 12 successful overtakes, and 8 failed for Lando, 11 successful defences, 2 failed. Strong performances from both drivers. Just Ocon struggling with a bit of traffic at points in that Grand Prix. And then in terms of bonuses, both drivers will get a bonus for finishing above their contracted positions. And in terms of our sponsor payouts, we did get our finish position streak, which is always nice. And we also got the quali position streak as well. So we end up with another 6.1 mil, which is money we desperately need. Alright, spare chassis is done. Spare rear wings done. Let's take a look at our inbox. New ATR period starts today. We'll get started on the front wing in just a second. So we now have 4 rear wings. That's good. That's the new rear wing. 3 chassis, so we've got 1 spare. Car inspection results. Both cars came through unscathed in terms of parts. We've got tension between Ocon and Willie. We will try intervening and see if that can improve things. And let's go ahead and get started on a new front wing. I'm going to throw all of our ads at this because we do need downforce. It's where we are definitely lacking. Although, actually, if we are lacking in downforce, maybe we go intense with no hours on this one, and then lots of hours into the next one, and do something else this time. So let's see. Let's just up the downforce levels a little bit. Brake cooling is okay. Let's improve the airflow sensitivity a little bit as well. It's going to improve our dirty air tolerance, which will also help. That's a bit too much. Let's take those down like that. Let's take a little bit of weight out of the front wing. Let's drop it down to there. There we go. And we're going to go intense on this one. And let's see, how quickly can we get that? Let's have a look at, try and get it ready for Montreal. We'd need to put 5 engineers on that, and even then we'd only get 2 front wings. So instead of Montreal, let's go for Spielberg instead. Let's drop that down to just 2 engineers. It's a sprint weekend, so we're going to want multiple front wings. There we go. How much cash have we got left? 2.5 mil. Okay, so we need the downforce. Let's look at doing a new underfloor. You can see here we're getting nice expertise gains thanks to having done an intense one of these. So let's now throw all of our hours into a new underfloor. And this means we can really dial up the downforce generation here. pull the high speed down a little bit. Put a bit more drag reduction into that as well. I'm wondering, did we forget to put the underfloor on car 1? Is that why he was so slow? I think we might not have put the underfloor on car 1, on Ocon's car. There we go. That's some nice big gains there. And let's go with 3 engineers, 36 days. Again, we're looking at Spielberg for that. So that'll be a hefty improvement come Spielberg. Right, let's take a look. Did we... Yeah, we didn't put it on that car. Ah, that's why there was a big difference in pace between the two drivers. It was running the old underfloor. Alright, never mind. Right. It's a shame. It's disappointing. I thought we'd got him on the same spec. That's my bad. We've got the new suspension being worked on, haven't we? No. I think we ran out of money, which is why we couldn't make the other ones. Am I working on another suspension right now? I am. So we'll just hold off. There's no point making any more spares because, yeah, we've got a new one coming in 5 days. Although, hang on, it's going to take us a while to get those for Imola. Let's at least get 1 extra of these suspensions. There we go. So that we can get that onto Ocon's car and Norris's car for Imola. A little gateway suspension upgrade before the big one comes. Scouting's being done. We've got 700,000 left. We could refurb the weather centre. I think we should probably do that. Thinking about it, it's a bit late now. I should have kept a bit of cash back. For the, oh no, we've got an end of month coming up, so we're about to get another big chunk of cash. That's good. All right, advancing some time. Let's see. Did the engineer and driver tension resolve itself? Yes, it did. Fantastic. That was quick, actually. Beautiful stuff. Team Hub is upgraded to the next level, so that is now 1 away from being maxed out. It's going to cost us 6.5 mil to upgrade that fully. We're not going to do that for a while. Another 7 days to go on the race sim. Spare side pod is done, so we can install that on both cars now. And I wanted to check Ocon what we were developing. Well, we are developing his pace stats already, so yeah, we'll leave him on that. And we know the reason why he was slow now is because he was running the wrong underfloor. There we go, it's a spare while the other ones are being made in case we get some damage to one. And now we have the quickest car in terms of straight line speed. In downforce has definitely improved. Medium speed definitely needs some work though. Hopefully the suspension will help resolve that a little bit when that gets on the car. Got the underfloor done. Let's take a look at our financial situation. How are we doing against the cost cap? We're doing okay. We spent a little under half of it at the moment. Need to ease down on development. Board has high confidence in us. as they should, considering we are almost done on the long-term objective already. And let's take a look at our driver development for the last month. So cornering improves for Lando. It's up to 97 now. Accuracy improves to 98 for Ocon there. Let's take a look at improving Norris in other areas. He's still on pace stats. We don't need him to be on that. We do need to work on his accuracy and adaptability and braking. So maybe we need to stay there after all. That's adaptability and accuracy. Braking, overtaking, defending. Adaptability, reaction, smooth. Yeah. No, yeah, that's the best one for us still. I mean, we're improving the cornering, which doesn't need to be improved, but you know, we do still need to stay here to work on the accuracy and the braking and the adaptability in particular. Those three. Okay. Let's set a new training schedule for the pit crew. We have been making good, solid progress with them this season. Let's try and keep that going as long as we can. We'll start off with a bit more speed training. Throw in a little bit of balanced stat work. Looking at the wrong thing, looking at cumulative, here we go. Yeah, we've got plenty of space here to go for another day. There we go, so we'll see a slight improvement there. And then as we get to the next Grand Prix, we can throw in a day of training here. And we'll go with a little bit of both, I think. And then same again here. Yep, that works. And then we'll go with balanced gym training. There we go. So, we are sacrificing our skill levels a little bit in the various different parts of the training to try and improve pit lap speed, or pit stop speed. We'll have to try and get a better balance on that. But we do need to keep working on the speed, because we are not as quick as we could be compared to the other teams at the moment. Alright, we've got that extra cash now. Haas have got a new suspension simulator. Alfa Romeo are saying that they are struggling and they need to pull their finger out. Is there anything else I need to work on? Okay, there we go. The suspension is done. We can't manufacture that yet because we're still manufacturing a spare. There we go. Now we can start manufacturing the new suspension. Get 4 of those. Let's slap that one on the car. And we are finally getting to the point where our car is as upgraded as we were hoping it was going to be in Baku. Race Sim is now refurbed. That's going to cost 8 mil to upgrade to the final level. That's going to have to wait. We've got some scouting results back. So Ollie Behrman is only contracted for the one season. He will be out of contract this year. Let's take a look at Charles Leclerc's stats, see how he has improved over the last couple of seasons. 97, 98. His reactions aren't amazing at 87. 91 on control. 90 and 96 in those stats there. Let's compare him to his teammate. So there you can see, oh, Max is just, he's got 100, yeah, he's got a straight 100 on his defending. Max is just miles better. They're equal on braking, and Charles has got a slight edge on accuracy, but Max wins pretty much everywhere else quite comfortably. Only up 1 point in cornering, but up 3 in control, up 4 in smoothness, up 7 in adaptability, 2 in overtaking, 4 in defending, 3 in reactions. Yeah, he's a beast. Hell of a lineup though, isn't it? Right. It's the final day of prep before the Grand Prix. Let's make sure we've got both cars spec'd correctly this time. Go through each part individually. Yeah. And yeah. Okay. So our car now sits. Not bad. Second in top speed. 11th in acceleration, 9th in DRS. Big improvements to our cornering. 7th, 11th and 6th. Dirty areas up to 11th. Brake cooling and engine cooling have a slight tweak as well. Stripped a lot of weight out of the car. Could do well at Imola. Like I say, it's hard to really judge how much of a difference the... oh, excuse me a sec. It's a bit better. I really dried my throat out. Hard to judge just how much of an impact the hard difficulty setting has made on race there, because we were running much newer engine components than a lot of the grid. So this is why I'm going to do a little bit of a practice tomorrow, try and figure out how much of an impact it makes. See if I can see any discernibly, obvious difference. And I'm going to throw up a poll for you guys after this stream ends in a few minutes as well, saying that with all the new stuff that's been patched in, and the fact that a couple of those do need a new save, do we continue all the way through this year with Mercedes, or do we just cut bait at the end of this week and start a brand new day one series next week with a much lower down team and go full hardcore playthrough? I'll leave that decision up to you. As I say, that poll will go live a little bit later tonight in the next sort of 10-15 minutes or so, and then we'll keep that up until Monday, and then based on what you decide, Monday is when we'll go for it. So that's it from me then. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's stream, and as I say, if you wanted to get a full breakdown of everything that's been patched in, then I did go through it all in practice 1 at the beginning of the stream, so you can watch the first 10, 15, 20 minutes of the stream again to get a full breakdown of everything there. And of course you can go to the F1 Manager website, and there's details on the patch notes and what the AI difficulty settings are supposed to achieve as well. So I hope you've enjoyed tonight's race. I'll be back tomorrow, same time as always, 8 PM with Imola. So until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.